Hello, guys. How are you? How do you do? I'm so grateful to be going live again. I cannot wait to go into this discussion today because this is the first of very many. For those who do not know, I am starting a podcast and we are starting it today. So I'm very happy that this is my first guest. I am very, very happy that I get to interview her. I get to get all the goodies because she is a professional, she is an expert in her field, and she is a lovely human being all around. So it is my honor to definitely be talking to her today. I hope that you guys have as much fun as I'm going to, because I know I'll have a lot of fun talking to her. Yes, so we're going to get to know her together. I know a little bit about her, but there's a lot I still have to learn. I know that for sure. But that we'll do today together, all of us together. So I hope you guys join me, definitely. Definitely on this one, because I will need you all to help me get to know about her and also help me get to know about nutrition. So I will invite her in a minute, but I just want to welcome you guys to my very, very first podcast. Yes, it's a podcast, it's not just a normal live, and I'm going to be streaming it on other multiple platforms. But for now, we're starting slow, we're starting steady, we're starting with what we know. And I thought the most important topic today would be food, because we are what we eat, that's what we say. And I want to know, am I doing it right? Because it's always different when you're living in Kenya and when you're living in another country, because with time you have to adapt to what is being okay. So I'm back. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much for joining my live stream. So this is the very, very first time I'm using StreamYard for a live stream, and we are learning as we go. And I'm very grateful that I get to interview not only someone who has become a friend, but also a beautiful human being, inside out, a very focused human being, a very focused woman in diaspora. I really love, respect, and adore her, and I'm very, very happy that I'm going to interview her today. We can talk about all the good things about life in Europe. We're just going to take it easy and just have fun with it. Hi, Akot. Thank you so much for joining us. So I'll bring her on in a minute, but let me introduce her first. Her name is Nduta Wambura, and she is a nutritionist. She has a blog and she has a YouTube channel. And I remember when I registered to her blog, and it's called Ask the Nutritionist, and I got all the goodies I needed. I think the same day I got a welcome email, welcome to the blog, and I'm always getting emails to tell me more about nutrition, and I got very intrigued. Also, her YouTube channel will tell you a lot about sugar, about potatoes, about diets, and I love her channel, guys. So I wanted you to be part of this. I don't want to get all the goodies alone. I wanted you to join me so that we can have fun together. And yeah, guys, I don't want to continue. You know me when I start. So let me just welcome her right now. Nduta, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Hey! Hi!
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
But I cannot hear you.
Oh no, can you hear me better? Or I don't know.
Let me
Let's
see.
see. Uh, okay.
I can definitely hear you.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. Can you
All
hear
right.
me also?
Yes, I can. Although it's a bit faint, but I can really make out what you're saying. So that's hi. How are you?
You're looking so good.
Thank you so much. I'm just in the house, like
I want that hoodie. Is that a hoodie?
yeah, this African hoodie from Kenya.
I love it. Where did you get it? I want
Thank
one.
you. Oh, now you have to go to Kenya because I got it in Masai Market. I can't remember the person who sold it to me, but yeah.
Akot, can you hear us? Akot will have to tell us if everybody can hear us. So this being my first interview, I'm still learning the ropes. I thought I knew how to do it, but I had to call Akot for her to give me all the details on how to do
Okay. Yeah, there's always a first time.
I'm so happy that you are so patient with me, Nduta.
No worries.
Because I'm so happy you are so patient with me. So
Yes.
how have you been?
Well, it's been weird because we have new lockdown measures that were set out yesterday, and yeah, it's actually now becoming a bit annoying because they say that this new strain from the UK is now here, and so they need to pretty much ensure that no public institution is open. So they closed the schools today.
Okay.
And now we have new curfews, new measures that you cannot move from one municipality to the other. Like I live in a municipality called Almada, which is across the River Tejo in Lisbon. So I cannot move over to Lisbon. You've been here before. You possibly know where Cristo Rey is. I don't know whether you got there, but
no, I only stayed in Lisbon and I've never left Lisbon. Somehow I always want things happen in Lisbon. I never go to
come back and explore more.
Oh, definitely. You can be sure of it. Definitely. I love Lisbon so much. I have to come back. I want to see more.
You're very welcome. Yeah.
Next time I come to Lisbon, I'm not coming for a weekend because every time I come, I only come for a weekend or 4 days. So I want to plan like a 2 weeks around Portugal trip, just going from one city to another because I realize it's one of the countries that is very much near to what I like about a country. Portugal and Spain. And hi, family, you're not late. You're welcome. Portugal and Spain and Italy. Somehow they're very near to our culture, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, then the spirit of the Portuguese and the Spanish, they love life. We love life too in Kenya. In Nairobi, it's very lively. So that's the other thing.
Eat. You guys can eat. You have good food in Lisbon.
You can drink. Oh my
God.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you're welcome to come back.
I'm coming definitely. I'll hold you to that. I'm coming and I'm going to kidnap you. So we go across Portugal together.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for joining and for coming in. Hi Sylvia, hi Akot, hi Pamli. We are with Nduta Wambura and she's a nutritionist here in Europe. She resides in Portugal and I want her to introduce herself officially. I was just warming her up and so we can get into our topic today. And I'm very, very happy that you could join us, Nduta. I cannot say enough thank yous. I know how busy life is in Europe and we have to schedule and reschedule and try to fix some things before you can do such a live. So introduce yourself.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much for having me in the first place. Actually, it was an honor to, do this with you. Honestly, being your first time doing a podcast and I'm the first guest, it can only, get, better. So I would definitely wish you the very best on this new journey. And so my name is Nduta Wambura. Some of you may know me as Jane. I rarely use Jane, but that's my official name.
Okay, now I know.
Yeah, so Well, I am a nutritionist, and I started practicing back in Kenya when I graduated in 20. Should I say? Because everybody is going to count my age now.
We can say 1900s.
Okay, yeah. So I started practicing when I was in Kenya. So it was possibly a little over 6 years now since I started practicing nutrition. And so that's a long time. It's been a long, 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 long time.
How did you decide to do
That's a good question, because honestly speaking, if you would ask anyone in my high school, they would possibly have thought I should have landed in a mathematical field, because mathematics was my thing. Mathematics and science was my thing.
You are chopped like that. I told you you're using shame today.
Yeah. So I was that girl who would go to all the maths contests and science congresses and that kind of thing. Yeah. And in any case, I thought I would end up being an accountant. In fact, I wanted to do Bachelor of Commerce, BCom. Yeah. But then again, as it was by then, when when we did our KCSE, then there was a cutoff point that if you don't actually meet that cutoff point, then you cannot go into that course. Yeah, so that exactly. Yeah. So that was the weighted average that cut me off, and so back then, nutrition was actually my second choice. So that is how I actually got into nutrition, and since then it's been,
but how do you get into nutrition in Kenya? Okay, let's say you're just from hi Amma, thank you so much for coming to our live stream. Amma is new. Welcome to our live stream. So how do you decide from high school I'm getting into nutrition? What is that first step?
Well, ideally, usually before you start choosing the courses, when you are just about to possibly do your KCSE, they give, like in our high school, we were given like a career talk about different courses, what to expect, what different courses would like capitalize on, whether it's biology, chemistry, physics, and so on. And so that is what happened. And that is actually what drew me to nutrition, because people tend to think that nutrition is just about the food that you're eating. It has a lot of chemistry, lots of biology, lots of mathematics even. And that is what led me to choose it as a second choice. Because initially I would just have gone to do the maths, the auditing, and everything with BCom. Yeah. So ideally, for any high school person, you come to choose nutrition based on very many things. Because of the interests you might have in the school, depending on whether you are interested in biology, chemistry, the anatomy of the body, and that kind of thing. Yeah. Or possibly because of the lifestyle or something that you have identified you would like to change in the society. Possibly like the quality of food, how we actually eat, how we actually interact with food nowadays. So it also comes in, whether it's your passion, whether you want to actually go into it. Because it's not very easy. It's not an easy field.
I've also noticed it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And then somewhere it joins with sports, it joins with technology, it goes so deep into science, and we all thought it's just taking an apple and eating it, That's why I'm so intrigued with it also. Very, very intrigued.
Yeah, because there are different fields of nutrition. So you can either be maybe a sports nutritionist, you can be a clinical nutritionist, which I am. You can be in the community, you can be a community nutritionist. There are different kinds of things that you can actually go into depending on what is your interest and where you want to give value to. Okay. So that's the thing.
From high school, you went to the course. You joined a course in nutrition, or you joined the university?
No. So from high school, I was in one of those high schools. Should I say the name? Maybe I should. Why not?
Nice. Would like to know the school. Maybe we'll go back to school now because of that.
Oh yeah, So I was in Mahiga Girls. So that's in Ogaya. Yes.
Ogaya.
I'm one of those women who are Nyeri women, yeah?
You're a Nyeri woman.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that says a lot about your focus. Your focus in life is no joke.
Yes. So that too. And so I went to Mahiga Girls and then graduated. And immediately, we used to have a period where you wait for like 6 months or something of the sort. Was it 6 months or 1 year? One or something of the
Before
sort.
you joined university?
Yeah.
I remember last time we used to do computer studies. Do you remember?
Exactly. That's the thing. We're on the same WhatsApp.
Yeah, we are the same. We are still 19,
Exactly.
So, the same age. I remember very well.
Yeah, so I waited for this period. I did my computer studies and that kind of thing. Waited at home, broke.
Our parents wanted us to do that. Yes.
I was broke. I was just, staying at home. But then again, I actually started doing my CPA when just before I joined campus. So, I mean, accounting still somehow followed me. So I started doing my CPA and studied on my own because my mom wouldn't have me idling around,
Yeah, just walking around the streets and the village. No, we can't have.
No.
I think your parents knew my parents also.
Yeah. Are you from Central?
I'm from Thika.
Okay, so
the sisters there. We're not so far away from each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So during that time is when you decided, okay, let me start doing it on my own.
Yeah, so during that time is when my mom was like, you know what, you have so much downtime, you're just eating, you're just spending my money and doing a lot of nothing.
So much TV.
So she asked me, can you enroll into something different so that you can spend your time at least in a much more valuable way? So that's how I enrolled into CPA and started studying. I did CPA 1 and 2 just before I actually joined campus.
Nice.
Yeah, so as soon as we joined campus, I went ahead and still did the CPA up to the end of part 2. Because in my head, I told myself I possibly could still go back and do accounting or something.
It was one of those things. CPA was one of those things I knew I'm not starting with. I think most of my friends are starting with CPA, and I was like, "Are you guys crazy? How do I do mathematics and then accounting?" But right now, I wish I did. I really wish I did. That was okay. Let us continue. So you finished until the second one before campus.
Yeah. So I finished the CPA 2 before campus and then joined campus. And, I had a couple of exams which I had failed because of studying on my own. So I kept doing it in campus until it got to a place that I was like, you know what, it's too much because having school and having CPA at the same time, no, it was too much. And I needed to have some bit of life because I was in Kenyatta University. And
you're talking about university life in Kenya, huh? You still need some time to yourself.
That's the thing. In KU,
how did you survive Thika Road?
True. So in KU, we used to say that, education was extracurricular. So, which meant that we had so many other things that we prioritized, and education would come in at the very bottom of everything. And we had fun. We really, really did have fun. I would tell you for sure, there's a time I actually was into fashion and modeling and all that kind of thing, KU Culture Week. And
I think all of that is included in the university lifestyle in Nairobi or in
yeah,
Kenya at all, or you at everywhere. You should be able to have fun in universities. Of course, not forgetting that you're there to study, but it would be inappropriate for you to try and have fun after university. That's why all the lifestyle goes in. I
yeah,
did not go to university, but I had my own version of university lifestyle.
right.
So, okay, so in the university, now we're in the university. We're in KU, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're in the main campus.
Yeah, I was in the main campus and staying in campus. So possibly if you have ever heard of Nyayo hostels, so that was my forte, you
Oh
know.
my God, I have cousins there. Okay, okay.
So that was the life, like 4 years straight in campus, you know, having help. And, you know, that is what actually built everything, because you're receiving money from help, which you have to repay after you start working. And then, I mean, having all this kind of life, and KU actually built us, because the fact that we had all this open to these other things other than education caused us to actually be very exposed to the real world very early, you know.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so that actually built up into, I must say, what I actually became eventually, because
Nice.
hustle in KU, it's all about the hustle. Like you would find somebody's going to class, but they have like a photocopying business, or they have like say they're selling some stuff, they're making hair, they're making nails, that kind of thing. So it was,
you have to get some extra time.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, how would you describe not only the lifestyle in the university in Kenya, but the learning system?
Well, the learning system, it's a bit weird, I must say, because sometimes if I compare the learning system with what we have in Europe, I don't think we do much in Kenya. Like in Kenya, we say, yeah, we really don't. We honestly don't do anything much. Because in Kenya, we say, degree ni harambe, which means that your degree, you know, you can earn it from copying cuts and copying exams and, you know, dubbing everything from one person to the other. And then when I came here to study my second master's, you know, it was very, very different, because you have to do everything yourself. You have to read. If you don't read, they will fail you. If you fail, then you have to repeat the exam. You actually stand at a chance of losing the scholarship. Such kind of a thing was actually very, very, it was two different worlds. I must say here, there was a lot of effort. Like you have to immerse yourself into that degree. Either way, you know, you're just gonna fail if you don't do it. Yeah. But in KU, I would like maybe register and then go home, go to my aunties and my friends, and then come back when the classes begin.
No way.
Pass.
No one would notice, or they don't care that much.
Well, the thing is with a big institution like KU, even if you don't show up for the classwork, I mean, and still show up for the cuts and the exams, somehow you just get a way around it, you know, like I said, degree ni harambe. So you help each other.
Help you, and someone who did it before you can come. Let me tell you about my experience. I'm a nurse, right? And I have noticed that nursing in Germany, you cannot compare it to Kenya. Like when it comes to nursing school and KFTC, they do it good. They are more qualified than we are here. And the thing is, we learn more in Germany. There's a lot to do here, and there's a lot of practice, and you do a lot of really patient and nurse kind of activities. But in Kenya, they take more time in theory, that by the time they go out, they already have a lot of information. And in Germany, we also learned a lot, and we had to study a lot in Germany. But the system in Germany has been made so well that a lot of information, the symptoms and medication and all of that stuff is already in the system. So
Yeah.
sometimes you just need to click on the laptop, like tick 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 tick. My patient has this and this, and then they give you what you need to give them. So
Right.
they have systemized it so much that for us we didn't have to study as much as people in Kenya. So that is why I'm very surprised that when it comes to nutrition or to universities, it's the other way around. Because I
Oh,
can
yeah.
say for sure, I would not know my way around a Kenyan hospital right now. I would not.
Tell me about it.
And I've worked in intensive care in Germany. I know my way around hospitals in
Wow.
Germany very, very
Yeah.
well. And I really studied a lot here and had good marks and I did well. But I still cannot find my way around a Kenyan hospital. That is how good they do the KMTC is in Kenya.
Wow.
So it's very interesting about
Yeah.
university. Okay.
No, but that's the thing with Kenyan universities, because like if you go to a diploma place like KMTC, or like I used to work for the Mater Hospital, and they had a program
Yes.
for nurses, and the drill was very, very different from what you will find in the university, because the universities capitalize on the numbers, because
Yes.
it's all about the numbers and how many people are actually enrolled.
Yes.
The structure has changed of late because of the change of the parallel students and that kind of thing. But during our time, it was all about the numbers. So there was a huge group of people in, for instance, a common unit class would have to the tune of 1,000 students in the class with only one lecturer. Really, I mean,
they will not really know who and what and when.
Exactly. Like it is so difficult to keep up, even for that lecturer to actually sit down and mark all those cuts and mark all those exams. Really, the quality, of course, goes down. So you cannot compare it with the KMTC, because KMTC and any other place that is actually specialized, the drill is way, way, way different. Like you're going to learn in-depth things, So that's different. Yeah.
So in your opinion, do we need more universities in Kenya?
I think we have enough. I must say, like, I think we do have enough of late, because there are so many other branches nowadays. Like every single public university has a branch somewhere in Nyeri, Thika, Meru, wherever. Like they have several branches, and I do think that there's a law or a structure that was changed by the current Minister for Education, that they are not allowed to actually open more. So, which is a good thing. I do think that the drill for diplomas and certificates actually holds more water than even what you would find in the universities sometimes, depending on which university you actually attend to,
Okay, yeah.
So I wouldn't.
So you think we have enough?
Yeah, I don't know, but
what do you think would be a big change when it comes to universities? What would you change?
If I would change something, I would possibly, reduce the number of people in different courses. Of course, setting the bar higher in terms of if you want to do a certain course, which are the qualifications, which is also a very, it's a bit selfish, but the honest truth is that, you cannot expect somebody who got a C+ to go into medicine, do a whole degree of medicine, and then in the end, they graduate. And these are the people we are keeping on talking about in the society, that, the doctors are mishandling patients, they are misdiagnosing people, because why did they go to the university for 6 years to study a degree only to misdiagnose somebody? Yet we expected that this university had the capacity to, equip them enough for them to know.
Exactly.
So
the quality, the overall quality of universities and courses would or studies would be better if there were fewer people in the
Yeah,
class, so that they just have, they can supervise everyone. Or what do you
exactly.
think?
So, the fewer the people, the more you're able to interact with those students and, in the first
Yes.
place, set the bar as high as, yes, if you want to do medicine, you have to get a straight A, straight
Mm-hmm.
subject A, B, C, D, E. Like it
Yes.
is here. Like I wouldn't over here, if you don't qualify, you just don't qualify. It's as simple
Yes.
as that.
Yeah.
So, like, that is the thing that we need to do, especially for some courses that are very sensitive, like medicine or anything that, is dealing with very sensitive issues in the society. That is
Yes.
one thing that we need to take care of as soon as we can, because our next generation, I don't know how our society is going to end up being like,
Yeah.
I mean, the healthcare system as it is, it's already crumbling somehow. Like every single day, every single hour, you'll hear there are strikes from nurses, there are strikes from doctors,
Yes. It's too much.
ABCD happened. It's just too
Heartbreaking.
much.
It's
Yeah,
heartbreaking, especially from a country that has more learned people than most African countries.
yeah,
We are learned. We are really learned. We have
yeah,
a lot of people that went to the university. We should not. We are also like the capital of East Africa, if I would say, Nairobi or Kenya as a whole.
yeah.
We should not be struggling with something like doctors and nurses. It's actually really heartbreaking for me.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So we are in the university and we have studied. And you did your first master's in Kenya?
Yeah. So
We're talking about multiple masters here. Can I congratulate you first of all? Well done.
thank
Well
you.
done. I
Thank you.
know
Thank
that
you.
must be a lot of hard work.
Yes, it
So if
was.
no one raised a glass for you, I'm raising you one on this.
Thank you. Thank you. I should have brought one, but anyways, yeah.
No,
Um,
I also took water because I want to be 100% sober while talking about this one.
okay,
Because if
we'll
I
raise
don't,
a glass
I
after.
start dancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
I'm very much interested to know how you came to decide. Okay, I've done my first masters, but that is not. I don't want to stop here. That is not enough. I need more masters in my in my bag. So let me go to Europe and get another one. How did you decide
yeah.
that?
Well, they call them more degrees than the thermometer. I don't know, but what?
I've got
Anyway,
one.
initially, like I'm the only child, so my mom is a teacher. Is a primary school teacher.
Ah,
She's still in.
okay. You should have said that a long time ago. I would have
That's the
understood because
thing. That should tell you a lot. She
yes.
was actually my teacher at some point during primary school, and there was
Okay.
no room for failure. Trust
Yes.
me, there's no
Ah,
way I would have failed
I can
anything.
imagine. You had to not only pursue and achieve, you had to do it all and be the
Yeah,
first in class. I know I had a lot of friends who their parents were teachers.
yeah.
The pressure
So
was really,
yeah, so that's the
yes.
thing. So once I went to KU, I did my nutrition. I finished my CPA up to section 2, and it is what it is. I graduated, and I started working. I actually started my internship in Thika District Hospital,
Ah,
and
nice.
yeah, and and
That's
and
why I
uh,
was born.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
I've worked in Thika Hospital for a long time, and hospital work is not very nice. I don't want to say nice. It's every day has its own issues. So
Yes.
some days are very good. You have patients, and they actually go through the process and they get well and go home. And some days you have patients who deteriorate, and it is what it is, and
Yes.
maybe stuff happens and they die, and it's not very
Mhm.
nice.
Yes.
So I worked in Thika Hospital, then moved to Royal District Hospital as well, and
Wow.
that's the thing. And then I also like was still doing my other side jobs in terms of counseling people on the side. Um,
Yes.
And then from there is when I actually got a job in Mata Hospital. So
Nice.
yeah. So
Okay.
I worked through all this time, but then when I actually got this job in Mata Hospital, I was doing a project that was funded by the Irish government, and it was
Mm-hmm.
about food security around HIV.
Yes.
So it was a project that I needed to manage, and that is how I ended up doing my first master's MBA in project management.
Because you wanted to do the project.
Yes, because I needed to learn how to manage a project. Because that's
Yes.
the thing with the Kenyan
Okay.
university system. Like, I know a lot of nutrition, I know what I should do in food security and all that kind of thing, but I don't have the structure of how to deal with different projects, and like have a good and a structured project, like in
Yes.
terms of the project cycle, in terms of the design of the project, what do you want to achieve, the objectives, what are the outcomes that you would actually like, and that kind of thing.
That's
So
like a different topic because
yes,
you know about nutrition, but you don't know about projects.
yeah,
So you need to mix them, and you need to know more about how to structure a project.
yeah. So that's
Yes.
how I came about to do MBA in project management, so
Mhm.
that I could run this project in a way that it was actually amicable. And you know
Yes.
how funded projects are. You have to report, report. How have you used this money? Has it been beneficial? What are the outcomes? And that kind
Mm.
of thing.
Yes.
So that is how I came about to do my first master's, and it was hectic because I was working and going to school, and
Oh my God.
yeah.
I don't
You
know
know
how you
how the dream is in Nairobi, so you have to
and
hustle.
you and traffic jam will always make you late for everything.
Oh, totally.
Okay. I don't
Yeah,
know how you do that. All right. So you got at this time you're still working at Mater Hospital.
yeah.
How do
So
you like it?
well, I liked that project. I really did, because
Mhm.
it was very fulfilling. It was a very humbling moment also for me because I used to do door to door walks in Mukuru. So I know Mukuru very well now. Because the thing is, we were tackling issues, food security issues for households that have been affected by HIV. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you would find very humbling cases in terms of, you go to a household, they don't have food because the caregiver possibly has HIV. And that is one of the issues that faces a lot of urban settlements, because
Yes.
people coming to Nairobi, they want to hustle, they want to make a living.
Yes.
And in fact, the kids in Mukuru get exposed to things like sex trafficking very early, at very early ages. They get to understand things about HIV at very young ages. They like it's quite disconcerting if you go there. So
Yes.
like, the project was very fulfilling because what we used to do was like give you a way to ensure that you can be food secure for the time that you are in Mukuru. So we would
Oh my God. Ooh.
incorporate income generating activities for these people, such
Yes.
that they're able to make a living and then earn some money for them to buy food for their households.
Oh my God. That now you're already a little bit outside your field. You're not only talking about nutrition and what is on your plate.
Yeah,
You're talking about how you're going to earn an income so that you can buy what will be on your plate.
yeah. That's
You
the thing with nutrition. You have to incorporate a few other things for you to be able to get to a place where you're feeling as if this is actually the path that you want to lead.
Oh my God, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, let me point out before we continue that one time very soon I want to start a foundation, right?
Okay.
And
Nice.
my passion or my course of choice is I've always had a heart for kids that have been orphaned by AIDS. I'm always that person who thinks these kids did not choose this life. They did not choose to lose their parents or to lose that one parent. And a lot of kids, especially like you're saying in ghetto or in villages, a lot of kids are having to take care of their siblings because they lost their parents. Nobody noticed. They don't have anyone to take care of them. They don't know to not even talk about nutrition. They don't even know where their next meal will come from, and they're 10 years old and 15 years old. And I had one case when I was in Kenya. We were visiting someone, and the neighbor were kids that could not feed themselves, and the neighbors used to come, and every evening they would go to another neighbor, every evening to another neighbor. But who knows about breakfast and who knows about lunch? So it's something that is in my heart so much. So when you talk about this, it confirms what I really want to do. As when I start the foundation, and I think you'll be one of the people one of the first people. You've already included yourself to be one of the first of the people who will help me with that project because you've already done it.
Yeah, I would be happy to help you in any way, really, in terms of identifying even some organizations that already work with these orphaned kids, because they are quite a number, actually.
Oh, that is so good that we went into that topic.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So we are now in Mata Hospital. You've done this project. How did you do the project? How long did you do it?
Well, I did it for a short time because at the same time, I being the fact that I was from KU, I was always very connected with the alma mater and the people working in KU. In fact, Mugenda, I used to have a good relationship with Mugenda at some point.
Nice.
So I used to interact a lot with things going on in KU, and that is how I actually got to know about Erasmus and Erasmus scholarships. So I remember it was during one cocktail we had with Mugenda and other people in the university. And there was this friend of mine who actually worked for the international office in KU. Mm-hmm. And he happened to mention to me, oh, you know what? We have a very good opportunity for students to go to Europe and study.
Yes.
And I was like, what is it about? He's like, it's about nutrition. And you've always been saying you want to do more with nutrition, etc. And I was like, one of those things that you say, send me the link and I will look at it. I just apply and forget, you know?
Yes.
So that I actually got the link. That was back in 2013. That is when he sent me the link. And I applied, and I forgot about it. And come February of 2014, unfortunately, the project didn't have so much funding, so I didn't get in, but I was put on a wait list. And you know, these are the things you just like, okay, whatever.
In Kenya on every other day, So
I'm moving on.
Waiting list somewhere. I know that.
So I was like, moving on with my life. Let's keep hustling in this Nairobi. Let's keep doing what we do best. And then come 2014 September, he was like, you know what? You know, remember the opportunity I was telling you? It's open again. Can you apply again? And you know what, Seth? It's so funny because like I just went back to the original application. I actually didn't change a thing other than the dates. And I was like, I'm just going to send it again.
If now it's a sir or a madam, it doesn't matter now.
Well, potato. All I changed was the dates and a few tweaks in my motivation statement just so that it was more current. And I sent it.
Yes.
And then forgot about it because, you know, these are the things you're like, maybe they might not even be interested in.
You are always skeptical, but you're trying. Let's just see what. Yes.
That's the thing. And come February of 2015, I was like, got this email and I was like, wow, how? Like, just how? And by then, Erasmus had scholarships for 6 months, exchanges, 8 months, 2 years, and so on. And so luckily enough, I was the only one who was picked for a 2-year program for my master's in clinical nutrition. And I was like, see, God.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you think they decided on you? What do you think?
Well, the thing is, they had a number of people, because what happens with Erasmus is that the consortium usually decides on the number of people they are going to take for a certain period of time.
Okay.
So by then, they had a cooperation or an agreement with Kenyatta University. The University of Porto and the Kenyatta University had an agreement for the number of students they are going to take in during that period.
Yes.
So funny enough, I was like the only one who applied for a full scholarship in the University of Porto, because everybody else wanted to go to
just go for 6 months or 8 months.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And did you know while you were applying for the full scholarship?
Well, yeah. So I actually decided, because I went online and I only wanted what would fit me, because I didn't want something that is 6 months. In any case, I would have done that in Kenya. So I went there and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Just the full thing. I don't want like 6 months or 8 months or whatever.
Yes.
And so I was like, if I don't get it, I don't get it. Moving on, right? So
if you're going to do it all the way.
Yeah, do it all the way. So and I just put it in, and I was like, I will do the 2 years and see how it goes. And funny enough, like I said, I was the only one who applied to come to the University of Porto. So they were like, okay, we'll take this one. And then the other people we came with were exchange students, 6 months, 8 months. In any case, they were doing their PhD, so it made more sense for them to come for an exchange. Yeah, so, and that's how I came to Porto.
And then you found yourself in Porto.
Yes, I did.
So how did you react when you first heard you got the scholarship?
Oh,
I'd like to see that video.
Well, I mean, it was a mixed type of feeling, because on one hand, I was super excited because I didn't know this place. And then at the time, my life was just a mishmash of just work, home, because I used to stay in Kahawa.
Yes. And in the house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So can you imagine staying in Kahawa Wendani and working in Mata Hospital all the way in South B?
Without a helicopter. You need a helicopter in Nairobi, because let me tell you, I'm one of those people who I will be in Nairobi, I'll be in my good clothes, and I'll be in a piki, because I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine wasting 3-4 hours in Nairobi traffic for every meeting I have. For every meeting I have, you will never do anything in Nairobi.
You will never do anything.
Like half of your life, and then sometimes we go to Kenya and you only have like 2 weeks holiday.
Oh yeah.
And you have 3 meetings, or you have at least 2 meetings a day. Even if it's not a meeting, it's maybe you're meeting a girlfriend, you just your normal girlfriend dates, or But for every meeting, you have to spend like 2 hours from where you're coming from.
Oh yeah.
So I'll either find a place near the city, which pay more.
Yeah.
Or I'll have to take piki.
Yeah.
Because I'm
all the time.
I'm wasting all my 2 weeks on the Nairobi traffic.
Tell me about it. It's quite annoying. So at the time, you would imagine I needed to be at work by 7:30 every morning, because the hospital is managed by Sisters of Mercy, and they actually are timekeepers. So you better be there on time, right?
Yes.
So
you had to wake up very early, right?
Oh yeah. So I had to wake up very early to catch public transport to town, and then from town to the hospital.
Oh my God.
And
it must have been hectic.
Yes, it was hectic, because you also can imagine going back Jogoo Road, and then
and then the evening No. Let me tell
Yeah,
you, when I did German classes, because I did them at Goethe Institute in Nairobi, I had two choices. I was supposed to live with someone in Gong Road
yeah.
or stay in a hostel in Nairobi. Guess which
Wow.
one I took? I would rather stay in a hostel with 10 people in one room than
Right?
have to come from Gong Road every morning and then evenings with the evening jam.
Oh, Gong Road is also another one. Like, oh my God.
You get home at 12 and then you have to wake up at 5 to be at work or in class at 9. I cannot do that. I
yeah,
cannot do that. And
yeah,
then,
yeah,
I just come from Nakuru. Nakuru is where I've been raised. So coming from Nakuru, it's easy. And then
yeah.
you go to Nairobi and you're like, that is one of the things that really annoys me about Nairobi traffic jam.
Right.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
calm down about the traffic jam. So, so they gave you the scholarship. Was it fully paid?
Yeah. So thing is with Erasmus is they cater for everything. So they
Yes.
cater for your tuition fees, which they would pay in full. They will cater for insurance, for visa fees. They will give you monthly stipend. So I mean, all you need to do is pretty much come over and study. So that's the structure of Erasmus.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow. That is why people say be very careful, the people you hang out with, because it's only because you hang out with him that,
oh yeah.
or that you got to know about this link.
True,
Otherwise,
you're as good as your networks.
yes,
That's
yes,
for sure, 100%.
yeah.
So that's
So
the
you
thing.
got
So,
a scholarship.
yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's all right. So you got a scholarship, and now all you have to do is pack and go to Porto. How did your parents react?
My mom was like, "Wow,
What
okay."
are you doing?
I don't know about this, but I just hope that all goes well. She was very trusting of the fact that this was coming from KU, so
Okay.
she was a bit at peace because of that fact. So
Yeah.
when I told her, hey, I'm going to pack up my house in Kahawa and bring everything at home, and we better make some space for all the things that I had.
All the shoes, you mean?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so she was like, okay, fine. You're my only baby, so I'm gonna let you go and do your thing. And I mean, if it doesn't work, you can always come back. You know that you always have a home here, so you don't have
Nice.
to worry about if it doesn't work out, you can always come back.
Oh, wow.
So she released me, through the fact that she.
Wholeheartedly.
Exactly. As
Yeah.
much as I didn't know anything about Portugal, I didn't know the Portuguese language. I honestly hadn't heard about Portugal before. I was like, is
Yeah.
that in Europe or
Where is
is it in
that?
Spain?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
All right. So, you came here.
yeah.
Was that your first flight? Because mine
Um,
was.
well, I had flown before to
Ah,
Mombasa.
to Mombasa. Yeah, I hadn't even flown to Mombasa myself. That was my very first flight coming
Yeah,
to Japan, and
that's
it
the
was an
thing.
experience.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. So we are in Portugal now.
Yeah. So we are
How
in
did?
Portugal now.
Yes.
I come in into Porto. They are very welcoming. They are like, wow, you are our international student for this cohort of students. And
Yes.
we'd been speaking with the international person who was actually coordinating the course here in Porto, and she was
Yes.
very welcoming. She was very nice. It's just the Portuguese way. Like they're always it's very easy to make a friend in
Mm-hmm.
Portugal just because
Yes.
they're very open to that actually.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped me a lot. And I came in and, started the process of integrating, because when you come to Europe, it's two different worlds.
Yes.
Very suddenly, you're in a very different world,
You'll be
different
thrown.
culture. So the first thing I was like, oh, there's no dust. Jesus, I was used to the dust.
No traffic jam, not dust. Whew. But then the cold hits you at some point and you're like, oh, okay,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
now
It
I
goes
see,
there.
now I see where I am. So
Yeah.
what was your first impression of, except for the dust and the traffic jam, what was your first impression of Porto?
Well, I love Porto. I mean, Porto is so easy to love. Porto. It's so easy to like fall in love with the city because it's chilled out. I call it the Malindi of Kenya.
Oh,
You know,
don't
like
even start with these coastal regions.
yeah,
Please don't start with me. I'm so
so nice. Like you have to come over and visit for
I
sure.
will.
Yeah.
You remember before they started the whole thing, I was supposed to come. You
Oh
remember?
yeah.
Yeah, and I had a lot of time. Right now, I'm talking to you. I have like 10 days off. So just
Okay.
imagine if I wasn't, if everything was open, I would have come
Yeah.
tomorrow morning. The
Yeah.
flights to Porto and Portugal are not as expensive in Germany.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
So you're here in Porto. Everybody's so welcoming. They're like, "Hey, you're now our new exchange student or scholarship student here." And how easy was it to settle down? You know, like how a place to stay and yeah, to know your way around.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm very thankful that I came through the Erasmus because, like, that's the other thing they do. They always have a network, Erasmus network, where they help you to even find a house and that kind of
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
So I must say, I was very, very, very lucky, and I'm very grateful for that because I got a house through a lecturer in the university. So there's this lecturer who was renting out her whole house, a one-bedroom house, and
Yes.
she was like, you know what, I trust you because you're in the Erasmus program. You will
Yes.
not, run away and not pay me. So we became friends online. In any case, you know how the European people can be a little bit more trusting than Kenyan.
Yeah, the Kenyan, yeah, because they don't have as much experience with lies like we have.
Oh yeah, they
Yes.
don't. They honestly don't because she actually we started talking when I was in Kenya, and she
Yes.
showed me her house. She sent me the pictures. She was like, "Would you like me to change anything for you, etc." That kind of thing. And so
Mhm.
she mentioned to me, when you get here, you would need to pay this and this amount, etc.
Yes.
So like it was so straightforward such that when
Nice.
I got to Porto, when I got out of the flight, there was somebody from Erasmus network who
Waiting for
was
you.
waiting for me. Yeah,
Oh my God. You had it easy, girl.
I
God
had
loves
it so easy, you know.
you. He really
So,
does.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
because it came with a program, it just made it easier for you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Like
I
it
cannot
was,
imagine people who are coming on their own to study in Europe what they go through, you know?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, and it's no wonder that I always want to represent Erasmus because of
Yes.
how they integrate the whole transition from your country to Europe, because that's a
Yes.
very important part that can be very, can give you a very bad, feeling, and you
Yeah.
feel that you hate the place, but it's just the circumstances that are actually not very nice.
If the
So
transition is not smooth, it could affect the whole of your stay.
yeah, that's
Yes,
true. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
understand. Okay, so do they still do these scholarships?
Yes. So currently, I'm the Kenyan country representative for Erasmus, and
Nice. Yeah, I
yes,
remember. Yeah, there was something like that on Instagram, right?
yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
remember. Yes. So
Yeah.
what do you
So
what are you supposed to do there?
so the Erasmus network has given me that platform for me to be able to reach out to other students in Kenya
Yes.
specifically to
Yes.
actually apply and come over and have the same experience that I had. So
Yes.
basically, my work is to network and help students and help alumni to reintegrate even back to Kenya in
Yes.
case they would want to
Go back.
possibly, yeah, go back and maybe find a job and that kind of a thing.
Yes.
So I'm the point person for Erasmus in case somebody needs a thing with the program or needs to clarify anything. So that's basically what it means to be the country representative. And I in fact have a page, Facebook group, where I interact with so many people asking about how can I apply. I post different scholarship opportunities almost every single day.
Yes.
They still have opportunities. They usually open the application between September to February.
Okay.
And so there are still some opportunities that are still open for
even
masters.
Now?
Yeah, even now. Yeah.
Okay, for masters.
And yeah, for masters. And they will open for PhD sometime in April, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah.
And for what studies? Is it only nutrition, or they have
No. It's for pretty much everything. We have IT, we have geospatial engineering, like all those courses you hear. We even have wine, a course on wine and tourism.
Okay, now we're talking. All right. No, but does it have to be a Kenyan university, or let's say someone is in Uganda and you know them, would they also get a scholarship?
Yes. So the scholarships are open to EU and international students.
Okay.
So, I mean, like, the only thing that you need to prove is that you actually qualify for this opportunity in terms of what you studied as an undergraduate, as well as, whether you meet all the criteria that they actually stipulate, whether you have maybe an English test. Some universities would request for an English test. Others don't, because maybe you're going to a non-English speaking country. So that's is straightforward. So everything is online. The different consortiums ask for different things, and I mean, it's the easiest opportunity, I would say, for anyone. So anyone in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, everywhere really in Africa can actually apply for a program and show up and have a great experience in Europe.
All right. So what are they supposed to do if they want to see if there are any scholarships in their field? Go to their website or yours?
I mean, they can come to the Facebook group. That's where I interact more with people. But I mean, the Facebook group has the link to the Erasmus Mundus catalog that stipulates all the courses that are open at any one given point in time. And in case you miss this time, it's really going to open again in September 2021. So like we have now rolled out a whole funding opportunity starting from 2021 to 2027. So I mean, the EU is going to fund these programs. So I mean, we do have the opportunities. People should just take advantage of these opportunities and understand that actually you can qualify for it. Yeah.
So what is the easiest way to go about it? Should they come? Should I send them to your website or to your Instagram if they have more?
They can go to the Facebook group. It's Erasmus Mundus Association Kenyan chapter.
Okay.
I mean, I can send you the name or the link of the group, and then you can possibly tag it on your description boxes.
I will. Are you able to write a comment down here?
Oh yeah, I should be able to do that. Let's see.
While you do that, let me read some comments here. People are saying you're so eloquent.
Oh, thank you.
Thank God, after 2 masters, she's been doing a lot.
I'm only able to send a private chat. Maybe I can send it to you on the private chat, and then you can
do that. Yes. Guys, you can also go to my DM if you have any question. I'll direct you to the Facebook page. I'll ask Nduta later for the Facebook page and the website, and you can also check her blog for many other things. We will give you all the information you need if you want to apply for a scholarship. But we will continue now with the conversation. So Victor Ouma, I don't know if you know her. You know him. He works at Saiton. He's saying hi.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. So everybody's tuned in. Thank you so much, guys, for being here and for contributing. I see a lot of comments, but I don't want to keep Nduta waiting for too long. She has had a long day also, like myself.
No worries, really. It's the weekend already, and we are still at home.
Yeah, we still don't have our wine in the hand, but it's the weekend.
Yeah.
So CBA is here, Diana is here, Victor is here. I see Barry. Hi guys. Oh my god, you guys are showing us so much love. Thank you so much for tuning in to our first podcast with the beautiful Victor. And she allowed me to call her Jane today because it's today. It's only today. Tomorrow I'll call her Nduta again. So I am so excited, Nduta, that we get at least people who come from Kenya who are examples that you can really get a scholarship like yourself.
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, people who can inspire other people who want to come to Europe and study, that it is possible. We just need to really apply, look for what they need, look if you have the qualifications. If you don't have them, that doesn't mean it's the end of the road. You can still get your qualifications and then next year reapply. Do not give up hope if you really want to study in Europe. If you need any more information about this topic, I will definitely give you, or from my DM or Nduta Wambura's DM. You can find her or find me, and we will give you everything you need. So let us continue. I want us to get, now we're getting straight to the topic. Can you imagine? And the topic was nutrition in diaspora, because we are here and you find yourself in a country where you did not grow up with the kind of recipes they have or what is in their day-to-day menu, if I may say. And how do you go about it when you are a nutritionist in Europe? What do you tell people how they're going to transition from their Kenyan menu to the African menu to the Europe menu? Oh my God, those are 1,000 questions, right?
I know what you mean, because in the first place, like, another culture shock that you get here is food, and especially coming to a country that is non-English speaking, then you just don't know what food is there. Like, the first time I remember when I went to the supermarket and I was like, I can see this is sugar, but I just don't know whether it's the real sugar or what is actually contained in this packet that I can see here. So that is when Google Translate becomes one big friend of yours.
Sorry.
Yeah. But I must say, like, look, in Europe, you find like there are two different worlds. So you can actually get the real food, especially the bio foods.
Yes.
Because the type of food that is sent, for instance, maybe from Spain or even from Kenya, like here we have French beans from Kenya, and these are the high quality beans that have been sent from Kenya to here. So, as much as they come here and they are sold at a higher price, then at least, you can be able to still have a taste of home, or maybe somewhere else like Spain or wherever else they've gotten these items from. So, I mean, having a healthy lifestyle in Europe or even in any other diaspora place, one thing for sure, you have to be very, very deliberate about what you want to buy and what you want to consume. It is not as cheap as it is in Kenya, for sure. So the one thing that I have realized is the type of produce that I actually buy. For instance, when I go to the supermarket, like, I try to go to those supermarkets which sell the real fresh produce. Like, for instance, here we have a supermarket known as Auchan or Jumbo, if you may like. And it has a section, a bio section, where they sell kale that tastes like kale and not like something else. And we also have things like avocado that have been shipped from sometimes in Brazil or even Spain as well. And the variety is there, because in some supermarkets you might not find the variety of the vegetables, especially because in Kenya, how we eat in Kenya, I mean, we are the people who it's typical to eat ugali with some skuma and maybe throw in some meat there, and or maybe you're taking some rice R&B maybe with some beans or
Yes.
I don't know, some githeri maybe.
Yes.
Depending on you, we are not these people who, today it's Italian, we are going to do a lot of cheese and that kind of thing. That
Pasta and yes.
pasta and
On that
no.
note, did you realize, like myself, after you came to Germany, after you came to Europe, that that our menu in Kenya is not as big?
Yeah, we really don't have much
We don't have
variety.
big.
No.
We only have ugali. It's either ugali,
Yeah.
it is chapati, it is
Chapati,
rice,
rice.
and
Yeah.
matoke,
Yeah.
and potatoes, and then we dance around these things. Like
Yeah.
it is, we dance around. Okay, is it with spinach or is it with mayai or with? But it's only those four carbohydrates somehow.
That's true. Yeah,
Yes.
that's very true. I mean, and then it's weird because that is the only thing we know, and some of these things are not authentically Kenyan. Because if you look like chapati is not authentically Kenyan. There's roti
Yeah.
in India or whatever it
Yes.
is. And the
Yes.
rice as well is not like authentic. It's not like we are the only people who do biryani or pilau or
No.
whatever.
No.
I mean,
Not,
maybe
yeah.
the only authentic thing we have is githeri. Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
What about ugali?
Ugali, I mean, we do have African countries doing ugali, but they call it different. Ugali in South Africa, it's called something different. But
Yeah, and in Nigeria it's fufu.
that's the thing. So it's not authentically Kenyan. If you look at
Yes.
the food we eat in Kenya, it's really not Kenyan. I wouldn't even know what is fully Kenyan.
What is
when it
100%
comes to food.
Kenyan? You're right. Because dairy also is very much Mexican, if you'd ask me.
Yeah.
So we'll have to find out who stole from who.
But Kenyans, we possibly stole
We are
from
always,
them.
all right. So transitioning from our menu that has all those 5 or 6 things, and then coming to a country where you have a variety of recipes, and every house you go to, you cannot even start to begin what will be cooked today. In Kenya, you can even say, if I come to you in the evening, there will be ugali or chapati.
Yeah.
I can tell you, like, I'll be like 90% sure if I say ugali, right?
Yeah.
And if I come at lunchtime, maybe rice or matoke will come in there. So how do you decide how to go about nutrition when you're in a new country like in Europe?
Well, now you have to be very open-minded. So like any other change or habit that you would like to change, it takes time. So you have to give yourself time. So anyone coming to Europe first, I wish I knew this before I came. I would have packed up maybe lots of ugali flour, lots of roiko, if I may, tea and that kind of thing. So the transition period takes time before you can learn the food systems of a different place, but you have to be open-minded into the food that is actually in the different country that you went to. And now start choosing from the varieties that are there. In any case, you will eventually find that it's very possible to cook ugali here if you are open-minded and go to these shops, African shops or some Chinese shops or Indian shops. You will find the ugali flour, as much as it's not going to taste the same, but it's still going to be somehow there.
Yes. Yeah, that is what I also noticed very fast, that whatever because when you here and the first week or the first month, you really want to still eat something from home, but it's not like readily available. It's not like outside the first supermarket you go into. You have to really look. You have to ask around, and mostly you'll find it in other African shops, or like you said, in Indian shops, hygiena Indian shops, or in Asian shops. Let me say Asian. They also have their own let me say, their own version of maize flour, or their own
Yeah,
version of the rice, or the spices we need in Kenya.
yeah,
Especially Indians have a lot of spices that are almost the same, like the Kenyan menu. Yeah, so it's very easy to find things that you need from those shops. But eventually, you still have to eat food from Porto.
yeah. That's
So
the
when
thing.
is that? What do you how do you introduce the menu to your palate?
Well, the thing was, good thing about being in Portugal is that most of the food that you will find is Mediterranean, which means that
Yes,
there's going to be a lot of fish, a lot of bread,
yes.
I mean, a lot of rice, potatoes, meat. There's quite the variety here, honestly.
Seafood, especially, like you said, fish
The
is a lot.
seafood, you've been here, you know.
Been to Lisbon, I ate a lot of fish. I think I ate only fish the whole time I was there.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that's the beauty of it was that the difference was not as much. And in any case, I was also able to find the ingredients quite fast, especially because there's not much of a big difference in terms of, finding rice. The only thing maybe you need to forget about is githeri. Forget about it
Forget about
forever.
Guinea completely. Like when it comes to maize, maize is a foreign language, because
Yeah.
most of the maize you'll find in Germany also. Like you're saying, also now I know that in Portugal it's the same. It's only going to be sweet maize.
Yeah, it's only sweet corn. If not sweet corn, then I mean, sorry, but you have to eat the beans alone or whatever.
You have to find your own version of Gideri, but it will
Oh
not be
yeah,
the same. Yeah.
yeah, totally. So there's some things that you actually have to forget about if you didn't stock up with the flour from Kenya.
Okay.
Then
Yes.
I mean, again, forget about that for a while. So
Yes.
it takes a little bit of a change. For chapati, you will definitely be able to make it.
Chapati is simple.
It's simple. You will find the flour everywhere. It's the same thing. It's going to taste the same, at least. Um, and the vegetables are also quite the same. So the good thing about being in Europe, actually, it's a plus to find that things like broccoli or cauliflower are just mainstream. They are very mainstream here, as opposed to what
Yes.
is in Kenya. Because
Very
before
much
you can
available.
find broccoli or cauliflower in Kenya, you're gonna have
Yes.
to go to the market, and markets that actually are large. You won't find it outside your door. No way.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
you can forget about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the good thing about being here. It's readily available. In fact, it is cheaper to buy broccoli and other vegetables. Like if you compare in Kenya, it's quite
Yes.
easier
Yes.
here.
Very,
Yeah.
very true. Something else I also found very cheap in Germany is are apples.
Oh wow.
Apples are
Yeah.
so expensive in Kenya.
Oh
Why?
yeah. That's true.
Why?
I
I've
mean,
never understood that.
I don't get
Because
it as well.
we have the weather, but
Yeah.
I don't think so many farmers go into apple farming. So it's one of the most important fruits in nutrition.
Yeah.
Let me know if I'm wrong, but in Kenya they are very expensive and they do not taste the same,
Yeah.
right?
That's true. So apples are antioxidants, and I don't know why we make it so difficult in Kenya, because look, that's the mentality we have. Because look at a Kenyan plate, it's going to have half ugali, a quarter of sukuma wiki, and
Yes,
everything else is meat. Like
yes, very
really.
true.
So I mean, we capitalize on the things that really don't matter, because you don't need that much of ugali. In any
Yes,
case, you need more of that sukuma wiki, and it's cheaper even.
actually, actually,
That's the thing. So if
I
you,
do think it's a survival thing.
yeah, but I mean, it's a mentality that we have, that is how we need to consume food, which is actually working against us. You know?
Yeah, because it would be very interesting to go to someone's place and they give you more sukuma wiki than ugali.
No way, no way. But compare
Although
this.
it is actually very cheap.
That's the thing.
That is very
So
interesting.
That's the thing, because like, look, if you go and you want like half a kilo of meat, I don't know how much it might be right now, maybe 200 or even more, most probably more, maybe
Yes.
200, let's give it 250, 250 Kenya shillings.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to Mama Mboga and buy kale worth 250, it's actually a lot of kale, you know.
That is a lot of kale. And do you know how many people have kale in their backyard?
That's the thing. But you only eat a quarter of it just because you're like, I need more ugali and more meat. And then what? That's what is working against us, because eventually we have a new culture of moving less, because we are always hustling, we're always on the move, we're always like trying to get the next bag, securing the next bag and that kind of thing. So we find ourselves, we have no time for even thinking of, having to portion our meals in a way that we have the correct amount of energy in our bodies. Because you find out somebody wakes up very early in the morning, leaves the house, showers, leaves the house because you've got to catch up with the traffic.
Yes.
Gets to the office, takes some tea with some mandazi, and spikes their sugar, and you have the energy to keep you going. Then you become very hungry. Over lunchtime, you go sit somewhere, maybe with some nyama choma and some ugali, right? Because that's the thing. Maybe you're in the office. I'm just saying this out, out of my mind, because maybe you're in a different kibanda, or maybe you brought your food or whatever.
Yes, it's just in general, the average person. Yes.
Yeah, and then you eat, maybe it's even your chapati with madondo, whatever it is, and then like keep hustling, go back home, and then sit down with a piece of huge ugali with a small piece of a very little kale or spinach or whatever it is, and a lot of meat.
A lot of meat, yes.
And then sleep immediately. And then in the morning, you're going to feel, oh my God, I cannot eat anything because the meat I ate, I didn't give it time to even digest, And this is actually why we are at a huge risk of obesity, a huge risk of diabetes. I can tell you for sure, like every single day, I get a lot of people asking me, how can I manage this diabetes? Because diabetes is on the rise,
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I also remember that when we were kids, it's a culture thing. I agree with you, because when you were kids, it was always like, finish your food and go to sleep.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It's like you have to finish your food, but moments after that, you're supposed to be in bed. And then you sleep with all of that nyama choma all of that nyama in your belly, with a big ugali and kale like this.
Yes. And then in the morning, you're going to feel maybe nauseatic, or you just don't want breakfast. Yet, in any case, the first meal that you break your fast with, I mean, whatever the time it's gonna be, it's actually the most important meal.
Yes.
And you have more energy at breakfast than in any other meal within the day. So we are into the culture of eat some bread and some tea,
just
and
something.
keep it moving.
And our body was fasting the whole night.
Oh,
should have actually gotten some nutrients in the morning before you could continue with your day, right?
That's the thing. So you would need more energy. You actually need more energy in the morning for you to be able to have the capacity, to run through the day. And then, as you go throughout your day, you keep reducing this food, because in the evening, you don't need that much of food anyway.
Yes.
For you to be able to chill, watching your TV and that kind of thing. So, I mean, that's the thing that we do to ourselves without knowing.
It's a habit.
Yeah.
But we don't really think about it. So, how would your plate look like in Kenya or in Kenya? Let us just compare in Kenya and in Portugal. How would your breakfast look like if you wanted to be like 100% on the nutritionist side?
Okay, so now if I want to have more energy in the morning, then
Yes.
for me, usually, like right now, I must say, because we're in the lockdown and everything, so I tend to actually eat food in the morning. So like
I'm also
I
one
have
of the
the
people. I don't
leftover
have a
food.
problem with having a whole meal in the morning.
Yeah, yeah, I don't have
Yeah.
a problem with that. Some people actually do have problems with eating a lot
Yes.
of food in the morning, which is actually okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have more food in the morning, and that way I have more energy to keep going throughout the day, and I find myself eating much less. And that is how you actually snack less. Okay, so if I'm in Kenya,
Yes.
then it is different. It used to be different, I must say, because
Yes.
sometimes you find yourself, it's just the tea. You actually don't have time to sit down and eat really breakfast. No way, you know.
You're running, especially if you have to go through what we just talked about.
Yeah, so, but I would recommend, for instance, if you're in Kenya, you want to have a healthy breakfast, like make sure that maybe if you can take, for instance, porridge in the morning, have some bit of eggs on the side.
Yes.
If it's an oatmeal porridge, you're going to have fine, like if you can eat food from the previous night, even better,
Yes. Yes.
because
Yes.
that way you will find yourself that you will have enough energy to the extent that you snack less during the
You,
day
yeah, and you
and
already
you
have
have
enough
more energy.
that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm sorry?
Okay. And you have kick started your day with enough energy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's very important to have more energy in the morning. The same, I mean, it's an old adage and it might sound cliche, but it is actually true. Breakfast like you a king, and then lunch like a princess, and supper like a pauper. It's really
It's
an
not a,
old adage, but it's true.
it's true. All right. Um, and something like you've said, it is very easy to prepare porridge the previous day and have it in a thermos in Kenya, right? They do
Yep,
that a lot.
yep,
And if you think you're going to be in a hurry in the morning, you can always prepare it the day before and just warm it up in the morning or have it
yep,
in a thermos. You
yep,
can have boiled eggs already waiting there. You just have them cold in the morning, right?
yep, yep.
Or fruit maybe. Would you recommend fruits in the morning? I don't know anything at this point.
Yes.
Would you recommend fruits in the morning?
Yes, so that's the thing. I mean, like, if you need about 5 to 7 servings of fruits within
Yes.
a day as a
Yes.
normal person. So you can be able to divide that into how your day is set up. So yes, it's fine to have
Mm-hmm.
fruit in the morning, really, and
Yes.
then like divide the rest of the 5 or 7 servings within the day, depending on how your day is like. Is maybe lunch hour or maybe in the evening or 4 o'clock. Really depends on you. Okay. So that's fine to have. Yeah.
Yes. I've always been confused by that fact. Servings. What would you call a serving? What is one serving?
well, well, it really depends. For instance, if we are talking about the servings of vegetables, for
Yes.
instance, so you would need 7 servings of vegetables in a day.
Yes.
So you can use, sometimes you can use your hands, like you can use a fist. I actually have this on my website or something. So
Yes.
like you can use your fist to measure. For instance, if you're trying to actually lose weight, then
Yes.
you can portion in a way that half of your plate is vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
So you can divide the plate into 4 fists. Is it 4 fists or 3 fists in this? 4 fists, let's say. So two
Yeah.
fists of veggies would be two
Yes.
servings. Yeah.
Yes.
So that
Uh-huh.
would make half of the plate. and then 1/5 of the carbohydrate could be the brown ugali, I'm sorry, or the brown rice or whatever it is, could be quarter of your plate. And then the other quarter can be a protein. It can be, say, even the lean cuts of meat, maybe some chicken, or it could even be, cereals. It can be beans, it can be lentils, really chickpeas, depending on what you're feeling like eating on that particular day. Mm-hmm.
So you need to divide your plate like that. Make sure you have your feast all over your plate like that, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's an example of somebody who is trying to possibly just lose weight, because losing weight really is quite easy to, it's not easy. It's not an easy process, but in terms of the diet and what you're consuming, it's easy to control and easy to lead your mind into thinking what you actually need to eat. Because it just needs one step for you to be able to like start achieving weight loss, so portioning is one of the things that you can do, and exercise always takes the other 20%. So 20% can be anything, 30 minutes per day of walking or running or anything you enjoy. You really don't need to do weightlifting or some weird exercises for you to be able to achieve that 20%.
I understand. Okay. What do you think? Or I have seen one of your videos about this, and you have done a lot about this also on Instagram. But for the people who are here who haven't followed you, I want you to tell us a little bit about diets. What do you think about diets? That's a broad. I know it's a broad topic. Podcast for this one, but. What do you think generally? Because when people want to lose weight, and I'm one of these people, and you're like, okay, now I've added a little bit too many kilos, my jeans don't fit me anymore, I need a quick fix. What do you recommend as a nutritionist? What do you think of diets?
You and me both. I actually, staying at home, sometimes you slack down, and I also need to lose a bit of kilos as well.
We are from quarantine. We should be able to forgive ourselves.
Okay. So the thing is with diets, for sure, I have personally also tried, just as a nutritionist, to be able to understand where these people are coming from. So diets come from a place of restriction. So any diet you will find, whether it's keto, whether it's IF, whether it's Mediterranean, any type of diet you will find is a restrictive, is going to have some type of restriction, I must say. So the thing is, they work for a short period. So if you want to possibly like get into, a diet for you to be able to fit in a dress in 2 weeks, you possibly cannot actually achieve that. But is it sustainable for the long run? No, honestly, no. Because that's the thing. So that's the thing with habits. Every time you feel that you have restricted yourself, from maybe eating that chicken, or maybe you're restricting yourself from meat, that is the very thing that you will end up binging on, because you'll be like, it's the thing that we are like children. Not to go there, I will go there to see why you're saying that I shouldn't go there. Really,
I call it the phenomenon of wet paint. Every time you write wet paint on a wall, that is the time that the wall will be touched even more, because everybody's like, let me see if it's dried up or if it's
right.
So whatever you're not supposed to do is what you want to do more.
Oh yeah, it's the same analogy we have in Kenya. When you write Sikojoe Hapa, everybody's going to go
exactly where they
and they're going to mess it up.
Human being behavior.
Yeah. So it's our behavior. It's how we are geared into. Like every time you tell me don't eat this, whatever, that is the very thing that I will end up binging on when nobody's watching. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what's wrong but you're right. Yes.
That's the thing. So diets come from that place of restricting. And in any case, when you restrict your body immediately, what happens is that, for instance, if you go into IF, then you restrict your body for a long period of time. So what is going to happen? IF, intermittent fasting.
Yeah, okay, we have to say that because some of us are starting.
Oh, sorry.
Now we see the nutritionist is coming out.
Yeah. So,
All right.
when you go into intermittent fasting, so you will have long periods of time
Okay.
when you're not consuming anything, right?
Yes. Yes.
So what your body interprets as is that it needs to survive. So for you to be able to perform your day's activities.
Yes.
So it will go into ketosis, which is basically breaking down the fat that you have stored in your body.
Yes.
For you to be able to have energy.
Yes.
So it's going to break down this fat, and over time, that is how you realize that, hey, I've lost weight, I look better, I have the body that I want, and that is actually what happens even with things like keto diet, because keto has a lower amounts of carbohydrates.
All right.
That you actually consume more protein and fat, which acts the same way. Your body goes into ketosis, breaks down the fat. That way, you have energy for you to go by the day. But then again, you cannot sustain this for, say, 5-10 years. There are a few outliers. There are few people who've been documented having done keto for 5 to 10 years and so on. But an average person, it's very, very difficult, because like a woman has a lot of changes with their body every single time. Like, you possibly will get a kid, or you possibly will start a job that is very stressful. You have your hormonal imbalances, such kind of things. So it's a bit difficult to keep it up for 5 to 10 years. Fine. Do it 2 weeks, 1 week, or whatever. Look good in that dress,
Yes.
But then again, when you get out of the keto or the intermittent fasting and go back to what you used to know, then it's so easy to gain back all the fat that you actually had lost in the first place. So that's the thing with the diets. That's not sustainable. They're helpful. For instance, keto helps people who have insulin resistance. That is something that is documented, especially if you have diabetes. That would be a good thing to try. But as an average person who is living, a normal life, you don't have any other disease that you're trying to manage, you're just trying to get your weight going and that kind of thing, I would just have you taking anything that gives you a caloric deficit. So which means that you can still keep eating what you're eating, but maybe moving more, for instance, maybe exercising more.
Okay.
Or eating much, much less than you have been eating, like portioning the right way without restricting. Like, fine, take that pizza, just do a quarter, and then the rest of it would be your vegetables anyway, like
do a bit of salad and a smaller piece of pizza, maybe.
Yeah. Like, put yourself into a mindset whereby food is not the enemy. Really, food. Our society has it in our heads that, food is the enemy. If I eat that, oh my god.
I know. We're in that culture where you see food and you first of all freak out.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know, am I supposed to eat this? Is it good for me? Do I want to look like this on Instagram? And food becomes an enemy. You are right. You're very right.
Yeah.
But inside us, or the core of us, knows that we have a certain kind of relationship with food that we are betraying while we're doing all of these diets.
Yeah. But food is actually there to help us. But then again, we want to put it in our heads that the more we restrict, the more healthy we become, because that's not really true. Because really, being skinny does not equate to health. You might be
Nope.
skinny and you have a very high amount of cholesterol.
Oh, yes.
Or you might be plump actually, but you have the right amount of cholesterol anyway.
Very true.
So that's the society thought, and we need to change it for you to be able to lead a healthier lifestyle without any restriction and having a very good relationship with food.
Okay, so let me see if I got it right. So you're saying that when it comes to, maybe you have a goal of you want to do something and you really need to lose those 3 kilos, then you can do your diet, but do it knowing that it cannot be sustainable, and that means that when you go back to your lifestyle, you are more prone to just take it all back, all the weight that you lost back. So be ready for that before you start such a diet, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Be ready for that, because it's very easy to go back to what you know and then think that things will be the same. But then it occurs that you're giving your body more energy. You possibly are not moving.
Yes.
Because look, diets can be a good place to start a health habit. Yes. Only if you keep it up. If you don't keep it up, if your diet has an expiry date, for instance, it expires in 2 weeks or 3 weeks challenge, boom, I did it. Yes, let's go back.
Yes.
And then you don't pick up anything from all that and go back. Then what happens?
You're still the same person.
Like, okay.
Lost and added again.
Yeah.
Okay. So my diet of choice, let me say, has always been a water fast.
Okay, nice.
And I've always been that person that knows if I really need to not only lose some weight, there are those times that okay, I've partied too much. Okay, now in lockdown, we are good girls and boys, right? And I see you all. I see everything you're writing. Thank you so much, guys. But before the lockdown happened and saved us from ourselves, we were partying a lot. And I myself was partying a lot. I was doing all of the no-nos that you're not supposed to be doing, lifestyle no-nos. Yeah. And there comes a time when you're like, okay, I know I've put a lot in my body that I'm not supposed to be putting in. And every now and then, I'll just give my body a break. Like no alcohol, nothing, and just take a lot of water. Hi, this is Africa. Thank you so much for being here. And just take a lot of water for like a week. That was always my thing. And in this week, I would flush out a lot of toxins, I thought. So let me know if I'm right after this. I would flush out a lot of toxins, and I would also lose weight, and I'll also clear my head. Because after drinking and all of that partying, sometimes you just know. When one bad habit leads to a lot of bad habits, you know that. Yeah. So the moment you're drinking, you're also, I will not say this because my dad might see, I'm also doing something else, and I'm also eating very unhealthy. And after that, I want to go to McDonald's because I only crave McDonald's and Burger King when I'm drinking. Yeah. Right? And so all of these habits come after the other, and then you will not sleep well because you are working maybe tomorrow and you are home at 4. So bad habits come like a string of bad habits. So after some time, I'm always like, okay, now I need to take a break. I can't think clearly. I can't sleep anymore. I don't have appetite for good food. And I always know when to do that. Yeah. But last year I tried doing it and I could not go for 3 days. Yeah. And it was so much. I was so dizzy. I felt even more sick than I felt eating too much. And I thought, okay, what is going on? Am I growing older, or is my body resisting this kind of diet now? Because now I don't have any other kind of diet. That's why I wanted to even start with you for the first podcast. I need to know how to get back into eating healthy without restricting myself. Yeah. The question was, what do you think about water fasting?
Well, if you're doing it as a detox, then I would tell you for sure, your body already has a detoxification mechanism. Your liver is actually the function that detoxifies your body every single time, whether it's alcohol or whatever it is that your body does not augur well with. The liver is actually the one that detoxifies your body every single time. And that's the reason why I have a huge problem with detox stuff, like detox juice, detox this, detox whatever. Really, nobody told you to clean your body because it's not dirty. Your liver actually does all the work to detoxify your body. So unless your liver is not working, and the doctor has told you, hey, you know what, your liver function is very low, so you need to actually start possibly a detoxification mechanism or whatever it is. But the juices will not do that for you. They are just a feel good, like the way you wake up in the morning, I want to take water with some lemon or some apple cider vinegar or whatever, and I want to feel good. They are feel good drinks, I must say, So as in that's the reality. That's just.
So I'm actually just making myself feel good or feel better about my choices, but it's not like I'm helping my liver. My liver can already do it by itself.
Yeah, your liver actually detoxifies your body 100%. Know. So whether you're feeling as if you've been lagging behind your body just because you're not eating the correct stuff, or you're not like feeling at your best. You've just been overworking your liver anyway. Whichever the toxins have still been, the liver has still been working the correct way to remove the toxins from your body. So whenever you do like a water fast, you will feel good 100%. Why? Because water is hydrating. So if you're not consuming anything else, you're just doing a water fast, drinking water all the way for the 3 days, right?
Yes.
So which means that you're not eating, so your body has nothing your stomach actually has nothing to digest other than the water that you're consuming. So you will feel 100% hydrated, and you'll feel as if your system has cleared out, but it's only because you're not consuming anything, honestly speaking. So your digestive system has nothing to work with. So you will notice that maybe after that fast, you'll go for a long call and it's going to be a very different color, just because it's just what has been in your small intestines that is trying to clear out. There's nothing else in your body. And then what? You go back, same cycle, vicious cycle, So water is very good. It's very good to do to do that, maybe because you're feeling your system is like worked up or whatever. But what you're trying to do is simply hydrate your body. You're not trying to get rid of any toxins. You're just hydrating. And the same thing with the juices. Either way, you're just drinking your spinach instead of eating it. So you're just nourishing your body with the spinach, which may or may not be absorbed the correct way, because our bodies are actually accustomed to absorb the natural form of food. So every time you give your body something that is foreign, before it interprets that, then it becomes a huge issue. And that's the thing with supplements, So like,
are we talking about spinach in juice form?
Yeah, spinach in juice form. Yeah, it's not detoxifying. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Whichever the case, you'll just be drinking your vitamins, really, instead of eating them.
For a minute, I thought you're saying that is foreign for our body to drink spinach instead of eating it.
Oh no, so I was saying like our bodies are accustomed to the natural forms of food. So, for instance, if you do like a spinach or whatever the shake that you will have, or the smoothie that will have spinach, anyways, if you accustom your body into just drinking your spinach instead of eating your spinach, then your body is going to interpret these things very differently. Because look, you need the spinach as fiber in your gut for you to be able to digest food correctly.
But now it's in
it. Yeah. So you see what you're doing.
I'm not even helping the body in any way there.
That's the other thing. So that's why I have a problem.
We're always doing things. Every time we think we want to be healthy, we are always putting spinach in all our green smoothies, and our body interprets that as liquid now. And it needed the fiber to be a little bit longer in the system.
So you end up having your gut is like trying to find where is the fiber. This girl, this woman is not taking any fiber, no cabbage, no nothing. You're just drinking up and what? So that's the thing. So
okay, I'm getting shocked right now. You don't know how much spinach I've drunk in my days.
Well, okay. It's a good thing. It's okay to drink spinach once in a while to just feel like, you know, you're doing a smoothie or whatever. Smoothies are nice drinks to have. In any case, they are better than going for like a carbonated drink or a soda or whatever it is that is out there. So definitely, yes, do the drinks but don't do them thinking that you're helping your liver or you're helping, you know, you're feeling healthier, you're feeling much, much better. Honestly speaking, really not that much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Guys, I see all your questions. I will definitely read all the questions after the live stream.
Okay.
And a lot of people are here. This is Africa is new to my live stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much, Michelle. All right. So, okay. Now I know what I'm doing when I'm doing a water fast. I'm just hydrating. So that means if I would just have continued with my normal lifestyle, whatever I was eating, and just hydrate more, it has the same effect.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So if you continue, like if you go by the fact that you're taking enough fiber in your diet, you're taking your veggies, your spinach, your be it maybe the cabbage or whatever you prefer, and you're still taking your water religiously, really, you achieve healthy lifestyle, honestly, by that. Because one thing, we need fiber. We desperately need fiber in our bodies and in our gut for us to be able to have a proper metabolism, you know?
Yes.
And for you to not have those bouts of constipation, and for your gut to be healthy, because that's the other thing. Our guts are nowadays not as healthy because of the quality of the food that we are consuming. Yeah. So I mean, keep the thing that I'm trying to say here. Yes, you can still have your spinach smoothie. Don't drink it thinking that you're trying to detox yourself. Drink it as a healthy drink. Fine, it's a good replacement good replacement from things like sodas or these juices that are commercialized, that are packeted. So drink it with that thought, but not with the thought that you're detoxing your body or you're trying to be healthier by drinking a smoothie. That's not how your body is going to work. Your body wants the real fiber, the real deal, because that is how it's accustomed to actually work. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense, because we as people always want to treat our bodies like this broken machine that is just running around without noticing that there is a reason for every organ, and as long as the doctor has not said otherwise, the organ is still functioning the way it's supposed to. So these extra things that we're doing, we're just stressing our system up more than we should.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing.
I see. I'm learning. All right. Let me ease up a little bit and ask you, which is that what are those foodstuffs that you really, really, really miss about from Kenya?
Oh,
I wish I could get them like right now.
Yeah. I was telling you the other day about tea. I miss Kenyan tea.
Talking of tea, I sent you some. I have
Oh,
your
you
address.
did?
Yes. I wanted to
Oh,
wait
you
until
didn't
they
even
arrive
tell
before I
me.
do
My post office hasn't said anything, so I was like, oh Jesus, I
some.
miss.
No, I just said it actually, I think yesterday when we were planning for the live stream. I was like, oh my God, I promised you tea. Now I'm just going to send.
Oh, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
You're welcome. So let me know when they get there. I hope they're going to get there with the lockdown thingy.
Yeah, but thank you so much. Like during winter, I'm always like, oh God, I need more tea in my life.
I
And in
I
this
always have a
way,
lot of tea, but I never drink as much Kenyan tea because I live with my boyfriend, as you know, and he's being a German, he's used to tea being just water and what is it called? Tea bag.
yeah,
And him drinking tea with milk is unheard of. He doesn't like it at all, and he has been to Kenya a couple of times. He still doesn't like it. So
yeah,
I find it being a lot of work to make the Kenyan tea just for myself here.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
I'm
get what you
allowing
mean.
just yeah. I'd rather drink coffee before I do the whole Kenyan tea with kichungi and everything. I love it, but it's too much work for me when I'm just doing it alone. So
Yeah,
that's why I was like, okay, you need tea. I know where to get you some tea. All right. So
yeah.
what do you miss about Kenyan food?
Uh, well, I also miss things like, mahindi choma. You know the way,
The way we do it here.
yeah, how we do it. It's very different. Like you'll go to France, you go to Paris, and you'll find this mahindi choma on the street, but it's no,
No,
it's not the real deal.
we have the real one, right?
We have the real stuff. Yeah. So
Okay, my
there's a
diploma
taste,
tea.
yeah, there's a taste that I miss for different kinds of foods. Some maybe some githeri, the way we have the real ugali flour.
Yes,
Like there's just a taste of Kenyan that does not come in about
exist,
here in Europe.
right?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
I think
So
people who are in the UK and the US have many shops that sell authentic products. And they kind of enjoy Kenyan products more than we do.
yeah.
But you're right, there are a lot of things that you'll just get them in Kenya. And thank God, because that's the only way we can miss home also. It would be unfortunate if we could not have an excuse to go to Kenya, right?
Yeah, some things like some royco, some bit of royco, some bit of tea masala, some bit of pilau masala. The taste of things like sweet potatoes is very different. It's
Oh
so
yes. Oh yes. I
yeah.
wanted to ask you that question also. What is that one food stuff that was here, that is here in Europe and it's also in Kenya that disappointed you the most?
A lot.
A lot. What is that one thing that comes to mind? Mine is avocado.
Oh
I was
well,
so disappointed with the taste of avocado in Germany. I still am.
well, avocado. Yeah, I mean, you can find a bit close to Kenya. But
Yes.
one thing that really disappointed me, and I was so disappointed, was the peas. The green peas, because
The
I love
minji.
minji.
Yes.
I love minji a lot. Then when you come here, you cannot find the real minji. It's going to be in a bag or it's going to be in a
Yeah, it's
container,
frozen.
canned
Also bit
container. And then it's going to taste sweet. It's not going to taste like,
Do you know I've never noticed that?
oh, girl.
I've never
Yeah.
okay, I noticed, and that is why maybe I did not notice it because I thought they taste
Mhm.
different because most of them are frozen. That's what I thought.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So,
Different, right?
so
Now
I
I'm
was
sorry
like,
you've spoiled my whole minji experience
oh
now.
no, I'm sorry. That was not the intention.
No, but you're right. It
Yeah.
disappointed you, right?
Yeah, I was really disappointed because I am Kikuyu. We come from
Oh
the
yes.
people who put a lot of
Jesus.
soup.
Especially when you make chapo, you only think about minji.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
totally. So
I
that
know.
kills the whole vibe because I don't have chapo with minji anymore. Like every time I have the minji here, I'm always like, okay, here we go. Let's hope that this is going to be better. So I end
You
up
know,
putting a lot of chili.
Yeah. Then we'll all taste the chili and then I get you. I totally get you. I
Yeah,
get
so that was disappointing. It still is disappointing up to today. I mean, I can live with everything else, the taste of different ugali, this taste of, the meat here is not also very tasty,
yeah.
honestly. So I don't
No.
even do red meat anymore because they have meat from calves, like
Yes.
cows which are not, well
Mature.
grown, matured. So
Yes.
that killed the whole vibe. So I went the chicken way. The chicken way is still not so nice, but I can deal with that, So
Okay.
that was very, very disappointing. The peas,
Okay.
I'm
Then
still disappointed today. Like I have them in my fridge right now, and I always think every time I want to cook them, yeah, I better have enough chili around because
oh my
no.
god, I'm so sorry. And on behalf of Europe, I'm very sorry. So mine was like I said, avocado. Like the
Yeah,
more I know now, I find I don't know if the whole general situation that has become better, but now I find avocados more than before because before I think every second avocado I had to throw away. It was either too watery or it did not ripen up the right way. Now at
yeah.
least ripe ones. I don't know if it's the whole situation that has changed, but avocado have become better in Germany, but they are never going to be close to avocados in Kenya.
In
That is
Kenya. And then they're so
mangoes
expensive.
also. Mangoes are not as sweet as in Kenya also.
Oh yeah. Oh, the small mangoes.
Oh my
Mm.
god. Okay. Let us stop with this topic now, Nduta. This is going the wrong
We need to
direction.
go to Kenya soon.
I mean, I'm so homesick. I'm so homesick right now.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want us to near the end of this because I want
Okay.
to be keeping my podcast at 2 hours and maybe 15 minutes. So
Okay.
yeah, so something I wanted to ask. Let us go all the way from nutrition to travel. You have traveled the world, Nduta. Oh my God. I
Not
have seen you.
not like you. You have look at the pot telling the kettle she's black. You've also
No,
traveled.
we're talking about you. You have traveled the world. And I'm saying that because you are a student. You're doing your second master's. I don't know if the second or the third yet. When do you get time to travel? At least I can say
Well,
I'm not traveling. I'm not in school anymore. So I
yeah.
have time to travel. When do you travel? Because you
Well,
really
I mean, I finished my master's already in 2017. Yeah.
you
So
already finished. I thought you're still doing it.
no, no, no. I mean, I came to Porto in 2015, yeah, and then finished my master's in 2017,
Yeah,
right?
of course, you've not been doing masters until now. Okay, I'm sorry. I really thought you're
Oh,
still
it's
doing.
fine.
You really
It's
still
fine.
go to school.
Yeah, so I mean, like, that's again the other thing with Erasmus. Like, you have downtime. Like, I remember
Yes.
my classes in Porto used to be only on Fridays and Saturday.
Yes.
The rest of the week, you have enough journals and enough things to work on, but
Wow.
you could
That's a lot
travel.
of time.
Yeah. So,
And so you'd run to Paris Kidogo and then come back before the next class.
Ryanair was our thing, right?
Yeah,
You
run
look for those
day.
flights which are cheap and then, run off somewhere, just go breathe and see something different, come back and do those journals, whatever, whatever.
Yes.
So that helped a lot to like launch me into going to places. So since then I have still been traveling really after 2017 when I started working. I still find time to travel. In fact, I had a whole list of travel
Places you
places to
wanted to go.
go. But then we
What,
kind
what,
of
what is that one location you definitely wanted to go to and you couldn't?
oh, I actually wanted to go to Singapore. I had all the
Oh
plans.
my God. Singapore. Okay, that is waiting. Singapore is not going anywhere. We're still coming to Singapore. Let us hope that one day we'll travel again.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So let me
Wow.
ask you one of the last questions, and it is which is that one country where you really loved their food? so that I don't go so much away from your topic.
Italy has to be Italy because I've been back and forth in Italy, and every time when I go to a different city, they have very different distinct tastes of food.
Yes.
From Milan to Rome to Genova to Pisa, wherever, they're always going to have like very different tastes of food. So
Yes.
I adore Italy because they take their time with
Yes.
the food. As much as it's a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of pasta, a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
And
a lot of cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see myself becoming Italian in those lines of food.
Only when it comes to food. I get you. I see you.
Yeah.
Me too. I love Italian food also very, very much.
Yeah.
I cannot get enough of it also. That is actually the ultimate Italian experience. It's just food. Food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So just finish this. It's not a question. It's a sentence. Food is.
Sorry, got me out of.
And how did you do that? How did you do that?
Well, I will go cliche way. Food is medicine for sure, 100%.
Wow, that is a good sentence.
It's everything really. Without food, you have no energy. Food is energy. Food is life. Without food, you really cannot do anything. It's a lifestyle for sure. So
wow. So food is medicine is what we are ending the live stream with. So let me read a few questions here from the people who came in before we end it. Oh my God, you've been so patient with me, Nduta. Thank you so much.
No worries.
So tell me a little bit about where you work right now as I look for the questions.
Okay. So currently I work for an international organization. I will not say the name because they will kill me if I do, but
okay.
I will inbox you later where I actually work. But yeah, so it's American, but then again they have an office here, so that's what I've been doing. And of course, on the side, I do my consultation, my nutrition consultation, and the YouTube thing, and content creation, and so on and so forth, the Erasmus thing. So, yeah, I wear different hats at different times. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
And you still get time to do your blogs and to do YouTube?
It takes a lot of planning. I love to write things that I want to achieve day by day, especially right now when we are at home. It's so easy to slack down and do absolutely nothing because we are at home. But I find myself every time I set out just one goal for the day, just what would you say at the end of the day, I did that today. So that's what has kept me going. Like if I set out, I want to write an article today, then I'll make sure that today is just an article. I'm not going to bombard myself with a lot of things that I need to do. Yeah.
It's very easy to overwhelm yourself.
Oh yeah, totally. And with YouTube as well is a lot of work. So that's also another thing that I try to just have a day when I am going to shoot the video or and possibly edit on the same day because I just want to get it done on one day
I had a video I was supposed to upload today. I'm still contemplating if I'm able to edit it. It's so much work. Yeah, I know. So let me go to the questions. Thank you so much for that info. I know you cannot talk a lot about where you work, but I still appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Barry was saying, I'm going all the way up, and Barry was saying that Kenya doesn't need more universities; it needs more industries. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And she's saying that nowadays, when she gets a doctor attending to her, she gets scared. Heri wale wazee. So the new ones are not as competent as the old ones, is what I'm getting from that. I'm not saying
Well,
anyone, I'm just saying. So Victor sent salams, like I told you. Sylvia
hi.
said you will do it in Jesus' name. I think she was talking about the foundation that we are going to do together.
Yeah,
I'm
big ups
looking
to
forward to
you.
that
Power
after.
to you, woman. You need to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. Definitely, we will set up everything. Maybe I'll have to come to Lisbon as I'll
please.
have to come to Porto as an excuse to start off with the project, and then you can sit down and talk about that. I would love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right. So everybody was saying how eloquent you are, and I agree.
Thank
I
you.
love it, love it, love it. I actually had to watch myself because nowadays I'm speaking a lot of German in between my sentences without even realizing. Yeah, and people are like, "Oh, come again! What are you talking about?" And then I would still say it in German, and then I realized katikati. My language has become really, really bad. So I'm very happy
Mhm.
that we could understand each other today.
Yeah. So wait, have you learned German to which extent? Like,
No, actually, did not do much. When it came to German classes, I only went to B something.
mhm.
Most of the German I've learned is just from the day to day, and because I also did nursing in German.
Ah,
You studied in English, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys are so lucky. You can also do that in Germany, but when you're doing nursing, you do it in German.
Ah,
So that
wow.
helped a lot because you had to translate a lot of words. Like you said, Google Translate was big, and we had to really translate a lot. But after some time, because you have to do it 3 years, after some time, you realize you cannot translate everything. So you learn every day a few words and write them down and look for how to use them. That's how I learned most of the German I know, even if
Mhm.
it's not that fast. Still,
Wow. But
I
it
know
has
how
to
to
be
do.
a great experience that you have a story to tell about that as well.
Definitely, definitely. If you want us to talk about this in your YouTube channel, let me know. Sometime we can
Yeah,
talk. We can reverse the roles
why
next
not?
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, and me
absolutely.
having a German boyfriend also helps because we only talk German,
Mhm.
and sometimes we add on some English words. He's also learning some Swahili words, but most of it has been in German, so it helps a lot also to sharpen my German. But
Yeah.
it also means that I find myself thinking in German most of the time, and those German words will just pop out, you know.
Do you even remember Kikuyu?
Kikuyu is no problem. Gikuyu get you nothing. Gikuyu no jari ginya. By the time I'm going to Kenya in March, I'm going to be vlogging in Kikuyu in March. Wait a minute.
I can't wait to
My
do that.
Kikuyu is very good. My Kikuyu is very good, by the way.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
my shosho still insists on, she can speak very good English, but my shosho still insists on talking Kikuyu with me. It does not matter for how serious
Ah,
the situation is, she does not change with me. She's only talking Kikuyu with me, and I like that. She doesn't want me to forget Kikuyu, but I
nice.
can assure you, I'll never forget Kikuyu.
Okay.
I just
Never.
Kikuyu. I
Hey,
love
man.
Mali dige tekera maodo tamo.
Kikuyu nikio kuhumu kia maundu mothe. So yeah.
Hey, Nduta, the the level you're going.
I'm trying you.
And then I'm here being very happy that I can speak Kikuyu. Now you've gone to another level. Let me just read these questions and change that topic. So Michelle is saying, "Good job. This is very inspiring. Thank you so much, Michelle." Gina Mom, hi Gina Mom is saying, I always eat Kenyan food at my home here in Germany. My family yearly always cargos goods for me. Oh my God, can
Nice.
you adopt me? I need to get into your family. This is what
Yes,
family.
please. Can you adopt us?
Her family is always cargoing goods from Kenya for her,
Oh,
right?
wow. I would love to know how they do
Yeah, me
that,
too. We
really.
should actually this. I think this year we should find out how people do that because
We need to.
I also know of a Kenyan that used to always invite us for meals, and would think that it's just a normal Sunday, and the whole table would be full of Kenyan food. Like we'd
Oh,
only have
wow.
Kenyan food would only have Kenyan sausages for breakfast. We'd only have mukimo and nyamachoma, and I never thought how she did it, and she never wanted to tell us her secret. But she only eats
Why?
only Kenyan food. She was joking about it, but we did not ask. We did not ask much them days. By the way, I look for her and then I'll find out. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
We can be cargoing together because shipping from Portugal will be easier than from Kenya.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So Alex anasema amefika. Thank you, Alex. Alex Shira is very much always in my comments, always supporting me. I'm very grateful.
That's nice.
Yeah. Nduta, you are in which continent? She's in Europe, she's in Portugal, Porto. Okay, which one? I missed home food but got used to German food and realized that the food is always good. You only need to adjust and balance it. Change is good at rest. Very, very, very true, Michelle.
Yeah.
Michelle means that you have to adjust or go home.
Yeah.
The easier you can adjust, the easier your life is going to be in Germany. Very true.
Yeah.
So Alex is saying maize in Germany, my best. Sweet maize. He likes maize in Germany. But that's something else I've also realized. The moment you start eating sweet maize, you kind of get used to it. And when you go home, you also need a few days to adjust again to the other maize. Is that me? Yeah. So water fast is good and it's a detox. This is Africa. Nduta already explained that it is not. It is good for your feel good kind of a feeling if you want to have that kind of a day, but it's not a detox, not at all. Right, Nduta?
Yeah.
So Alex is saying it's Nduta, a nutritionist. Yes, she is. Find her on Instagram. Nduta, tell them where they find you.
Yeah, so you can find me on my Instagram, still Nduta Wambura, or my business page, which is at ATN Kenya, or you can subscribe to my channel right here on YouTube. It's Ask the Nutritionist.
Ask the Nutritionist, genau, exactly. So guys, if you are on my Instagram or if you follow me on Instagram, Bucket List says, just DM me anything you want to know about Nduta Wambura. I will send it all to you. And I'm telling you guys, if you have not watched her YouTube channel, you're missing out big time. She has a lot of good information. I love your videos on YouTube. Very, very well.
Thank you.
And I also love the fact that you just don't put videos out. You take time to really find a topic and research it well, and you know your stuff. Definitely, you can see that.
Thank you.
This is Africa says, I used to be addicted to Burger King. Thank God I kicked that habit. I'm very happy for you. You kicked that habit. It's a good habit. He's also saying, or she, I'm not even sure if this is Africa, it's a he or she. Do you ladies aware of lectins in many foods and some fruits? It is what causes leaky gut. Do you know about that?
What did you say? Aware of?
Lectin. I don't know what that is.
Okay. Lectins could be the proteins in some foods.
Okay.
Well, very debatable. This is a very debatable thing that has been going on for quite a while right now. And yes, it's true. Some foods may have, of course, the lectins, which may or may not cause a leaky gut. But that's the thing with the nutrition science. There's a lot of studies around it. I cannot solidly say that, there are any identifiable studies that have already documented this. But I mean, I can always find out to see, because I read a lot to see whether there is any updates on lectins, but I don't think there are as of now. No. Anyways, I mean, this is Africa. You can always DM me and we can have this discussion. Yeah.
That is also good. Now we have something to also look into, Yeah. That is perfect. All right. Alex is asking, Nduta, you mean I stopped doing spinach smoothies?
No, you keep doing you, Alex.
You keep doing you. Keep doing you. But Alex, I think what Nduta said, let me know if I'm wrong, Nduta. I think what Nduta said is you can continue doing your smoothies if you like spinach smoothies, but do not do them thinking you are doing a detox. Just do them because you want to. And also don't make it a habit because you need the fiber, right?
Yeah. I mean, don't think that, you have already accomplished the fiber needs that you need for the day when you drink a smoothie. That's it. So drink it. It's a good alternative for every other drink that you will find in the market.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of a Fanta, drink your spinach smoothie.
Yeah.
But don't say that you are detoxifying anything. Just have fun with it. All right. So Alex is saying, send me tea, please. I only had tea from Nduta.
Ouch.
Alex. Yeah, but I'll tell you why I got really good tea, Alex, and then I will definitely make sure I hook you up with some. No problem.
He's in Germany, right?
Yeah, he's in Germany. He's a very good friend. When are you visiting Deutschland, Nduta?
Oh, I was in Deutschland a few years now.
You're saving yourself. See that.
I mean, I went to Berlin and Hamburg and and Frankfurt for a minute. But I mean, let's see, Corona.
Alex is in Berlin. He's in Berlin.
Oh, nice! I love Berlin, although during Christmas only. That's it. So, but
for Christmas market.
Yeah.
You go to Berlin for the Glühwein. I see you now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Alex is saying Kikuyu is bear. Yes, it is. And laughing out loud there. Oh my God, Nduta, I had so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had so much fun. And I am so glad that you took the call and agreed to be on my first podcast. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate the way you're paving for the other people or the younger people than us, because you're still young, that are trying to come to Europe to study, and people who don't know how to go about it. I'm very glad that they put you in charge of that. I think you're the best person for that job. And I hope that we see more people trying to get into those scholarships,
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, coming to Europe changes your whole life. Like it's a 360-degree turnaround. However you look at it, your life changes completely. So I mean, I was also guided into it. So it's very fulfilling to see someone else applying and getting into the scholarship and coming and experiencing Europe. So because it's really, really good to experience Europe. I'm not against American continent but it's an easier life in Europe as if you compare to something like the US or even Australia. It's so easy to get by here as compared to any other continent, honestly speaking. So it's a good experience. Yeah.
Wow, it's quite an experience. I would say the same also. So I will end this live with one question. So your life in Portugal, how happy would you say you are from 0 to 10?
Well, it really depends. You know how abroad life is, yeah? It really depends on what happiness means to you. But for me, I would reverse that question and say that I am content at this point in time in life. I'm content that I am actually here. I mean, would I want to go to Kenya? Yes, of course, in different circumstances. If for instance, I would have everything lined up and go to Kenya and do my thing there, fine. Yes. Yeah. But I can say for sure, 100%, I am very content at this point in time and being in Portugal for sure. Like Portugal has opened me up into several different things that I would never even have dreamt of doing actually. So for me, I would say yes, I'm very content, and contentment generates happiness, I must say. So
10.
So that's
really?
That's
I'm not giving Germany a 10. The weather.
I'm not giving Portugal a 10 as well. Anyway, I would give it, let's say, a solid 7 For the other
Okay.
things that, nah, no.
You know that every time someone says choose from 0 to 10, they always pick 7.
Oh, it's a lucky number.
So I think I'll have to take 7 out of the equation the next time I ask someone this. So,
Ah,
but I get you. I definitely get you. Every time you take a 7, is that means you are content, but that means also, of course, there are 1, 2, 3 other things that you don't like about a
yeah.
country, and it has nothing to do with the country that you are residing in, because we also have 1, 2, 3 things we don't like about Kenya.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, a lot.
and okay. Let me not talk about this. This is another topic for another day, another whole podcast
Podcast.
about the.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy you are here, Nduta. I really appreciate your time, and I know now you have to go and organize what you're eating. See, and a
Yeah.
glass of wine.
Yeah,
See,
it's
see.
10 o'clock over here, so I'll see. But
Oh, it's
yeah,
11 over here. So
okay. So yeah,
yeah,
but
but
anyway, this Friday it's easy, so whatever, we'll see. But thanks so much
according to
for
me,
starting this. Actually, it's a very good step that you are putting out content out there, because I mean you're just as good as your content, and like this point in time in 2021, if you're not digitally doing stuff, then you're missing out. So it's a great
yeah.
platform, and big ups to you. All power to you. Please keep
Thank
going.
you so much. Yeah. I'm very excited to see where this goes, because I have a lot of time in my hands, I can say, with the whole lockdown happening, and I have Wi-Fi, and I'm interested in a lot of topics. I thought, instead of just calling you or calling someone else and having a video chat for 1 hour, that will only help me, I thought, let's do a podcast where we can always just chat. It's not always about being so serious or being so chatty. We can mix things up. So I'm very happy that I heard you here first, and
Thank
I am
you.
very grateful. I know we're going to be doing many more other podcasts or interviews or videos together, because I think we're going to do a lot of things together in the future. I'm very sure of that. I hope you enjoy your tea,
I
and I
do.
hope
I
you enjoy
will.
your also. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sis. Have
And
a
thank
good
you to
one.
everybody who joined us. Nduta was very lovely and eloquent, and she inspired us and gave us a lot of information about scholarships and nutrition. I'm very sure you learned a lot, like myself. I already know what I was doing wrong, and I hope that you also did the same. So thank you everybody for joining us, and I will make sure that this video is live tomorrow on my YouTube channel. Make sure you check Nduta out. Check her out. You will not be disappointed, guys. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
All
I'll see
right.
you on the next class. Thank you, Nuta.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao. So thank you, guys. That was Nduta, and I will be doing more podcasts. I will definitely find a platform to do all these. So thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.